Ramp-up time-sharing seems obnoxious, especially to the person who's on the receiving end. Suppose you are a dad and you've been denied time-sharing with your minor children. Okay, fair enough. Not ideal, but it happens, and we understand it happens. After all of the aggravation of trying to see your kids, being denied communications with them, and everything in between, you find yourself again in this situation where your ex is now suggesting ramp-up timesharing. You are somehow a hoodlum. You are somehow a victimizer. You are somehow not fit as a parent to see your child, which is astounding. If you're hearing construction in the background, there's construction near my office, and I apologize for that. Let's continue. So the other party has already delayed your time sharing, alienated you from your kids, created unbelievable feelings of emotionality, guilt, loneliness, and time away from your kids has really taken a toll not only on them, but also on you. You love your kids. You're a wonderful parent. And now here they come. Well, maybe for 3 months you should only see them every other weekend. Maybe then for another several months you should only see your kids, I don't know, a couple days a week. And then after that, we'll talk about maybe getting you some more time with them. That seems cruel, punitive, and inappropriate. What's your alternative? Well, your alternative is if you have a proverbial war chest and you can afford to litigate your case, then you should file a motion for temporary relief and or take your case to trial. A motion for temporary relief will allow your lawyer to file a motion demanding equal or majority time sharing. And why majority? Because if they've been withholding your child, and that's against your child's best interest, and they've been playing games, the court might not take kindly to that and might very well award you majority time sharing, because the inability to co-parent or affirmatively encourage a relationship between the kids and the other parent could be used as a factor to convince the court that the other party should have minority time sharing. So you file your motion. However, it usually takes 2 to 3 months to get to a hearing. And in that time, you could have already signed an agreement, temporary time sharing agreement, with the other side, which allows you to then start seeing your kids. And if you file the motion and you intend to take it for a hearing, the other side might continue denying you. If they continue denying you, then you really haven't seen your kids much for 3 months at this point, on top of all the other time. Do your kids even recognize you anymore? And then after all that, you take your case for a hearing, and what if the court determines equal time sharing is appropriate after all of that? But then you could have been close to equal time sharing, having agreed to ramp up time sharing. So the question is this: is a fight necessary? Has the other side wronged you so much, harmed the kids so much in a sense, by denying them two parents, denying them the opportunity to be with you, the dad? Have they gone so far that you have no reasonable alternative but to litigate? Well, let's talk about that. Sometimes the very fact that you filed a motion for temporary relief will convince the other side, hey, you know what? This guy's really serious about this. He intends to take this for a hearing. Maybe I should have a moment of self-reflection or change my behavior or do something to prevent this from spiraling out of control into litigation. But that also presumes that the other parent is reasonable and rational and not spiteful and hateful on account of a breakup or a divorce. A motion for temporary relief can accomplish a lot of things. But I also encourage you to think about it from this perspective. If you are getting no time sharing, you're going to have to pay maximum child support. And by maximum, I mean it's what we call sort of a step down child support, or child support where the other party doesn't have to contribute anything. You would have to contribute everything with no balancing because you have fewer than 73 overnights per year. Surely the other side realizes this, which means that they now have an advantage emotionally with the kids. They have an advantage financially over you. And now you're sinking perhaps deeper into the child support arrearage debt category. Perhaps the best thing you can do for yourself is file that motion for temporary relief so you can establish reasonable time sharing, pay the appropriate amount of child support, and be able to see your kids without facing the fear that they're going to forget about you, resent you for not fighting for them, and maybe they've been convinced by the other alienating parent that you never had any intention of seeing them at all.